Hey guys, Rail the Appreciator here, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing an album tier list on Tyler the Creator's 2024 album, Chromakopia. I'm really excited, so yeah, let's get into this one. Chromakopia by Tyler the Creator came out in 2024. It was a complete surprise drop of an album, but Tyler's been releasing albums like every 2 years with Flower Boy, Eagle, and Call Me If You Get Lost. This album also came out on a Monday, which is very, very uncommon and rare for albums and singles and music, as they usually come out on Fridays or Saturdays to give it a full week to get as many streams and sales as possible. Because a lot of people care about what an album's first week sales are, but Tyler always said he wanted to release music on a Monday, and he thinks more people and labels should be releasing music on a Monday, as it's like the start of people's week, and people can listen to it like as they're going to work or as they're going to uni or school, to really take in the album and listen to it in full, to really grasp everything that it has to give. And this album is definitely his most personal yet. I'd say his most personal since like Flower Boy or Eagle. And yeah, there's just so much to love about this album. So yeah, a complete surprise drop of an album. It had like a week of promo. It also released with the teaser video that had the opening track of the album, Saint Chroma, playing with Daniel Caesar's vocals. In the video, it shows all these people marching into a shipping container, and then it completely explodes. The teaser video as well didn't have the full song because it doesn't have Tyler's closing verse on the track. But yeah, if we start off by ranking this album with Saint Chroma, I'd say Saint Chroma is a very, very solid track to put an A tier. It's kind of short. It's kind of repetitive and drags out, but like it builds up the anticipation and kind of hooks you into what the album is going to be about. Like it's very, very intense. Like it's a very, very personal album, and I think Saint Chroma is a beautiful introduction into this album. It's just like building up, repetition, like chanting Chromakopia, and then yeah, just the explosion and the beat change and just Tyler's verse. Daniel Caesar's vocals throughout this entire album are so beautiful, and yeah, it just makes sense for me to start off by putting Saint Chroma in A tier. On the second track of this album, we've got Ra-Ta-Ta. It's got a really grungy, aggressive beat, and just Tyler's flow is aggressive as well. Great bars, great lyrics. It's just a really nice hype, flexing track. It's a great, after the intro with the explosion and just the rapping and aggressiveness, it's a really, really great like transition into the second track, which is the exact same. And there's a lot of bars that I really like on this track, and obviously the most notable and most famous one on this track is Hottest out the city after Kenny, that's a fact now. Hottest out of LA after Kendrick Lamar, that's a fact now. That's Tyler paying homage. Tyler got to perform at the LA pop-out show, the Ken and Friends, that Kendrick had at the LA Forum. So yeah, I think Ra-Ta-Ta is a very, very solid track, and I'm happy to stick it in A tier right next to Saint Chroma as well. In the third track, we've got Noid. Obviously, Noid is short for Paranoid, and this song uses a very surprising sample, which is a 1970s rock band called Ngozi Family. Very, very surprising, but it works really, really well with this track. And just, yeah, this track's just about Tyler being paranoid about paparazzi and fans, and just like all the negatives that come with being famous and then the spotlight and rich and all that sort of stuff. Just like, the parasocial relationships that people have with you because you're famous and there's so much footage of you in your music, but they know so much about you, more than you know about yourself. But the alternate to that is you don't know anything about them. So it's just very, very scary. And in the music video for the track as well, it's got Tyler's friend and also actress Ayo Adebri, and she's like running up to him with like her phone to take a photo, but then it quickly changes and then changes back, and she's like holding a gun. And yeah, it's just a really, really beautiful music video. I love when he's looking in the mirror and just like someone's behind him and he's just so paranoid and worried. And this track is really, really done well. Like I can't think of any other tracks that cover this same topic, but I really, really like Noid, and I just like the concept of it. I like the music video. I like the aesthetic. I just like how this song sounds. He utilizes this 1970s Zambian rock band sample just perfectly, and this track is definitely one of the best tracks on the album, and for that reason I have to chuck it into S tier. On the fourth track of this album, we've got our government mandated Tizo touchdown feature. This guy just seems to be on everyone's album. Yeah, Darling Eyes is a really, really great track. It's really sweet, it's really beautiful, it's really romantic, very catchy, very just, yeah, groovy. I enjoy listening to this one. It just makes me feel good inside. There's just so much to like about this track. And yeah, there's not much to cover on it in terms of lyrically, but it's just really, really enjoyable. It makes you feel nice on the inside, very romantic, very charming. I'm just going to chuck this one into A tier. Nothing too special, but yeah, just an enjoyable listen throughout. Fifth track on the album, we've got Hey Jane, such an incredibly beautiful song. So incredibly beautiful, in fact, that I had to make a complete separate video on it. I made a song appreciation on this track just because there's so much to like about this track. Enjoyable listen, Tyler's ability to write and rap from different perspectives, his perspective and also the girl's perspective that he's seeing. And this track's just about an unexpected pregnancy and just how he's conveying his worries and his wants and what he wants and needs, and also conveying the girl who's pregnant her wants and needs and her worries. And just, yeah, Tyler just says like, he's older, he's not ready to settle down yet, maybe he doesn't believe in monogamy, he's not ready to be a dad, like he's worried because if she chooses to have the kid, which is completely her choice, if she chooses to have it and he chooses not to be there, he'd kind of be contradicting himself and also just reliving or just continuing the trauma that he experienced as he grew up without a father in his life, without his biological father in his life, the kind of contradicting himself as he'd be continuing that. But yeah, I just really love this track, just the letter format of it, just the mention of unexpected, unplanned pregnancy, wanting an abortion, just the worries about how both of their parents would feel. Yeah, just the first half rapping from his perspective and then the second half rapping from hers, and just tying it all together at the end, and just, comparing, their perspectives on the same topics related to this. It's just such a beautiful track. And if you want to see me break it down more and analyze it, I'd really recommend watching my song appreciation video on it, which you can find on my channel. I'll also put the link down in the description. But yeah, it just when I listened to this song, it made me cry, made me tear up, gave me such incredible goosebumps. And yeah, it's just a no-brainer that this is one of his best tracks of all time, possibly, and I'm just gonna have to chuck it straight into S tier. And now we've got I Killed You, and at first listen, myself included, you may not realize that he's talking about hair and the importance of hair, just the cultural significance, and just how like a lot of Africans or African Americans really lose their culture by the way they display their hair or choose to style their hair, just because like hair is a really important part of culture. And for me personally, growing out my hair, having a big curly afro is just important for the cultural significance. Myself being born in Australia and my parents being from Fiji, and a lot of Fijians have like big afros, curly hair, and it's just important. Like a lot of hairstyles nowadays, they'll be cutting it, doing fades and keeping it short, but he's really talking about the importance of hair in culture and like life, because even on the album cover, he has that hairstyle with like the two puffy like afro bits on both sides of his head. But yeah, I just think this is a really important track and just a really interesting concept and take on it. Like I've never really heard any kind of track that has something similar to this. So I really like the idea. I really like the execution. Really catchy, really interesting as you listen to the lyrics and just his perspective on it. And yeah, it just makes sense for me to chuck this into A tier. Judge Judy is kind of a more slower track about intimacy and just sexual descriptions, and just, yeah, it's kind of more about lust as well. Tyler's talking about this track that he's really attracted to sexually and just whatever they've been engaging in. But then as the track progresses, he talks about how he feels guilty about the distance and kind of ghosting her as he's been busy, and he's just hoping that she won't judge him. And obviously, like a lot of people care about how they are perceived. And on this track, Tyler's just worried about how he's being perceived, because he engages in a lot of relationships that don't seem to be like monogamous at all. Like on this track, it's just talking about how he's seeing this chick, getting really intimate and close with her, and then just kind of moving on to the next, or just moving away from her. And I really like this track. I think it's just a very simple, smooth, chill track. And yeah, I'm just happy to stick this into B tier. Like, it's nothing special, just an enjoyable listen, just an interesting concept, and just just getting a small insight into what his life is like, what his relationships are like, and what he's like romantically and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm just happy to chuck this one into B tier. And now we got one of the most random collaborations on a track, but maybe not that random, because like they're all hip-hop rap artists. You got Tyler the Creator, Sexy Red, Glorilla, and Lil Wayne on a track called Sticky. Great track, really catchy. I like the different verses. It's nothing too special, it's just an enjoyable listen, groovy. You might listen to it at the gym. Yeah, I'm just happy to stick this one into B tier. Like, it's nothing like too special. Like Lil Wayne, obviously one of the best rappers of all time, great lyrically, but then Glorilla and Sexy Red aren't known for being like great lyrically. They're just like a vibe. You just enjoy them, enjoy their music. Yeah, so I'm happy to stick sticky into B tier. And now we've got Take Your Mask Off. Obviously on the cover of the album you've got Tyler with a mask on. This track also features Daniel Caesar and Latoya Williams. I really like this track. He's just rapping about insecurities and problems and just bad cyclical behavior, yeah, just a lot of like problems, but also saying you should take your mask off and, you know, really confront these insecurities and problems you have to become a better person, you know, maybe like a better brother, lover, parent, son, whatever. Just become a better person. I'm not sure, maybe it's a mixture of him rapping to himself or about himself or just to someone else or just in general, and it's just saying whatever you can apply to yourself. I think it's a really great track, really catchy, great rapping. Yeah, very confrontational. Like you listen to it and maybe it's about him, maybe you can apply it to yourself, but yeah, I just think just rapping about insecurities and wanting to be a better person and just addressing it, it's a very personal track. It's very important as well. I'm happy to chuck this one into S tier because I feel like it's a very needed track on this album after what Tyler's covered in terms of his problems with relationships and wanting to be a parent, wanting to settle down, just a lot of things. So yeah, it just makes sense on the entirety of this album to have Take Your Mask Off into S tier. And on the track Tomorrow, it's like really personal but really sad, but maybe sad because it's just very honest. Just Tyler being very honest, just saying just your memory of him of a past self isn't who he is right now, and just don't wait on him. And he repeats that a lot. Don't you wait on me because I'll be fine. Just not worrying about him, just, you know, not wanting to just worry too much about him, about maybe why he's single, why he's not settling down, why he's not having a kid, why he's not getting married. It's just like you don't know him like he knows himself. So yeah, don't worry about him, just leave him. He knows what he's doing, he knows what he wants. Maybe it's not traditional, maybe it's not what everybody else wants. But yeah, I really like this track, and it's also another track that makes sense to be on this album, and for that reason I'm happy to put this one into A tier. Thought I Was Dead featuring Schoolboy Q, another artist that had an incredible album in 2024, a TDE artist, great rapper. I just love this track. It's just really catchy, really gritty. The beat, the bars, just everything about it. It's just, yeah, so much to like. And a lot of people, you know, there was a lot of drama. Maybe people thought Tyler was addressing Ian on this track, you know, white boy mocking this stuff, like, you know, tell him to suck my D, whatever. Yeah, just a great track. I love it. Just great energy, great vibe, great rapping, great bars. Like obviously nothing too special about this track, just, you know, no, you know, hidden meaning. It's just like a really great bop banger hit. Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck this one straight into A tier. Oh wow, this next track, Like Him, so beautiful. You know, a track's like truly special and amazing when people are using the track to make edits that can be applied to so many different things and contexts and media. Yeah, Like Him's about Tyler rapping about his dad that wasn't present in his childhood as he was growing up. And on this track as well, his mom admits that the reason his dad wasn't there for him growing up was because of her. She was the reason. She didn't want him there. So then now Tyler's whole world is flipped up on, you know, flipped upside down, because this whole time Tyler thought his dad wasn't in his life because his dad chose not to be in his life, but the whole time it was because of his mom. She was young, she was immature, and yeah, just this track is just so beautiful and meaningful. And just the beat switch with the one Baby Keem vocal, and then the beat comes back in on the second half of the track. It's just so powerful, so cinematic. I just love this track so much. It's one of his best produced tracks in his entire discography. So meaningful, so beautiful. Like you listen to it, you'll tear up, you'll get goosebumps. I feel like I need to make a separate video on this track because there's just so much to pull and pick apart and analyze and break down. And yeah, it just makes sense to go straight into S tier for me. Now we've got a feature from another newly TDE artist with Doechii featured on Balloon. I really like this track. Like when you go from Like Him and then it transitions into Balloon, it's just completely different, completely separate. Like Him's so personal, but I feel like maybe Balloon is like a newfound childhood joy, you know, some closure that he's received. I don't think there's anything too special about the track Balloon. I really like Doechii as a rapper, and I'm really happy that she's getting the recognition that she's getting right now. Like she really deserves it, and I think in the future she'll be one of the better artists and better rappers of her generation. And just yeah, I really like this track. Nothing too special. Like when you listen to it in the context of the album, it kind of makes sense, but it's just so, it throws you off so much. But if I have to rate it as a track and just my enjoyment and in the overall album, I know it might upset some people, so feel free to agree or disagree, but I'm gonna chuck this one into B tier. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Maybe it hit my ears differently than it hit yours, but yeah, I'm just chucking this one into B tier. And now we've got the outro track on the album, I Hope You Find Your Way Home. Not Tyler's best outro track on an album, but the standard is very, very high with Flower Boy, Call Me If You Get Lost, and Eagle. This track isn't terrible. It's good. I don't hate it. I just feel like the way the beat sounds and the way his voice sounds on it, like when he's rapping, is just very discordant. It's got his mum on the ending of the track as well. I'm just happy to chuck this one straight into B tier. Like there's not much to say. It's just like an outro track to such a beautifully personal album from Tyler the Creator, and just, yeah, another great album from 2024. This is my final official locked in ranking of Tyler the Creator's album Chromakopia. So we've got no tracks in D tier, no tracks in C tier. We've got I Hope You Find Your Way Home, Balloon, Sticky, and Judge Judy in B tier. We've got Thought I Was Dead, Tomorrow, I Killed You, Darling I, Ratata, Saint Chroma in A tier. And then finally we've got Like Him, Take Your Mask Off, Hey Jane, and Noid in S tier. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with this tier list in the comments below. Let me know what songs you would change, what songs you don't agree with. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and comment down below other artists, albums, genres, songs, and music that you'd like me to listen to, appreciate, and make videos about. Thanks for watching. See ya.